Welcome to another episode of Hoop and Sports Talk for Days. I go by the name of Omar, also go by the name of O Izzy. So just call me O Izzy. And man, we doing a little bit different today. We in the studio with it. And you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to step it up. Season 2 of the pod. Make sure you subscribe, like, and tell a friend to tell a friend. So yeah, definitely trying to get some better visuals, better, looks while we speak about the topics that, we usually talk about with different type of football games, basketball stuff going on. And hopefully in the future, I can get some guests for you guys. But we ain't going to waste no time because we don't have no time to really waste. You feel me? We're going to get right into it, talk about Colorado and Baylor. Colorado college football, man, they've been lit. I mean, I can't lie. They've been real entertaining to watch, bro. A lot of people talk about them in the media, about the NIL, Shedeur Sanders, Dion, some of their players, receiving more money than the media and all that. But at the end of the day, man, they are must-watch TV. They win in a thriller in overtime. They beat Baylor 38-31 in overtime off a Hail Mary by Shedeur. Damn, what a play. What a play. I mean, before that play, obviously the whole game they were going back and forth. They were down, most of the game. Then, they went down 7, and Shedeur threw a perfect pass, with like 10 seconds left to, I think it was Webster, the receiver. It hit him in the chest. He dropped it. And it was right by the touchdown, and that was a Hail Mary. We thought that was probably going to be their only chance. You don't usually get 2 chances to make a play like that happen. But Shedeur said, hold my wrist, perfect timing. I got this. And so next play, rolls out of the pocket. It's raining. You feel me? He just chunks the ball. Some told me that they might get this touchdown. I don't know how, but he rolls out, throws a heave, and it's caught. It's caught. And it's a touchdown. And they end up tying the game, winning the game in overtime. 38-31. The players stormed the field. It's crazy. Everybody's going crazy, wild. It's lit. I really think, they got criticized for saying, why does people, get on the field? It's just Baylor. But, I mean, at the end of the day, they're 3-1. That's the first win of the conference. They're 1-0. And, I mean, come on, man. It was a lit game. Like, the way the game was, you're supposed to storm the field. So, I don't understand what's all the negativity. For me, as a fan, I just like watching it, as far as, I'm not really obligated to one team, especially not college. I like to see all of them shine. But definitely love watching Shedeur. And I got to mention Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter been going crazy. 7 catches, 130 yards. He's making plays on offense, catching the ball. He's defending, playing the best defense cornerback on their team in the nation, not just on their team. He can go top 3 pick in receiving or cornerback. And at the end of the game, the running back for Baylor is about to score to tie the game up at 38 in overtime. But Travis Hunter hits him right before he gets in the end zone, causes the ball to get out, and it's a fumble. And it goes into the end zone, and that's how Colorado wins. So not only is he catching all the passes to get them in position to score, he's also making a game-winning defensive play. I really have not seen that by any college player. I mean, Dion himself, who's the coach, was playing offense and defense for the Cowboys, college too. But I never seen nobody get as much as much run as Travis Hunter is getting on offense and defense. Like, he's playing the whole game on both ends of the, on both offense, defense, and he's even in there sometimes special teams. So, shout out to Travis Hunter, man. I haven't seen nobody like him. Shedeur seems like he's going to be a top pick next year in the NFL draft. A lot of people were talking about him going to the Cowboys. Yeah, we'll talk about the Cowboys in a minute, but Dak got signed, so I don't see that happening. But, yeah, Colorado football. I'm not like a huge college football. I've been keeping up with, like, Miami Hurricanes. I like their quarterback, Cam Ward. He really been balling, giving them a chance. We'll see what happens when they get into tougher opponents because they are going to be playing a lot of tougher opponents. Been doing this thing. what's his name? Arch Manning's been doing his thing. The Manning son for Texas. They're number 1 in college. He's taking over for Quentin Ewers since he's hurt. I really think he should just take over the whole time. But I know that Ewers was a Heisman candidate and playing really well before he got injured, so they might want to go back to him. But damn, man, Manning looked like he got Peyton Manning's smarts with Eli's, awareness with none of their speed. You feel me? Because he can actually run out of the pocket. So he's been impressive. So that's definitely some quick hitters in college. There's a lot. There's still, it was 4 games in college. So, you got to let it marinate. But it's definitely been entertaining to watch. Fridays, they have games, and even those games have been lit. And then Saturday, a lot of those games have been lit. So definitely entertaining in that aspect. We'll be looking out, but I'm watching Colorado every time they play. I don't care what nobody says. They're this, they're that. At the end of the day, they're primetime TV. So shout out to Shedeur and Travis and the squad, Dion and them. They doing their thing. We'll see if they can win. Obviously, it's going to be tough to beat better teams when they get into playing them real top opponents because they did lose to Nebraska already. But moving along, we're going to get right into the NFL. Not really a college, guru. Let's talk about the Cowboys. Damn, dog, the Cowboys. Cowboys, they just every year, bro. I don't know. It's like a broken record, you feel me? But, hey, shit. I mean, this is my job. I like to talk sports. So, I mean, the Cowboys, this is the city I live in. So, we definitely got to talk about them. They was down 28-6. Baltimore was just doing whatever they wanted with them. Lamar Jackson was running, scrambling, out of the pocket. Derrick Henry rushed for 151 yards rushing. He was just stiff-arming the defenders to the ground, like, get off me, you're too little, and letting the Cowboys know that, Jerry, you had a chance to sign this man, bro. We don't have no running back. Let me look into my statistics real quick. From what I'm looking into, I'm looking at our highest rushing yard guy was 8 carries, 32 yards. I don't really know. I don't think it takes us the genius to realize 32 yards on the ground is not good. Derrick Henry alone ran for 151 yards. Derrick Henry got signed for 2-year, $8 million. Now, in the world I live in, that's a lot of bread. In the world they live in, that's not a lot of bread, bro. We could have definitely gave Derrick Henry 2-year, $8 million, and he could have definitely came to the Cowboys. But no, we want to stick it out. We got good young prospects. We want to give our fan base the same BS hope. Sign Ezekiel Elliott, who's 4 years past prime. No disrespect to Zeke, you feel me? Zeke was good when he was good, but his time has passed. You know what I'm saying? Running backs have a 5 to 7 year span unless you're a Derrick Henry, unless you're a Saquon Barkley. You feel me? But he went crazy on us, rushed, just did what he wanted. Lamar didn't even really go too crazy in under 200 yards throwing, but he made timely throws. And we did make a comeback. Can't just be all negative, trying to speak a little hope. We cut the lead to 28-12 and then kicked an onside kick. Our kicker, Aubrey Graham. Yeah, I think. Not Aubrey Graham. That sounds like that's Drake. My bad. His name is Aubrey. I know that. He been the best player on our team, our field goal kicker. He kicked a 65-yard kick, came back, kicked the onside kick. We recovered it, made it 28-18 after we scored a touchdown. And then after we made it 28-18, we scored again to make it Turpin, our receiver, Turpin, he scored, made it 28-25. But typical Cowboys defense, we just cannot get a stop to get them off the field and punt it. Our rush defense has been horrible. Micah Parsons is always criticizing our defense, but he hasn't really been showing out like he usually is. Lawrence was nowhere to be found. Diggs got beat on a play by Zay Flowers to put them up. To give them a first down to really end the game. So a lot of finger pointing going on by our main players, who are supposed to be our leaders as the Cowboys, and they're not even making plays. So that's when you got trouble as far as a team, when your main players aren't even producing. And, yeah, so the game ended in 28-25. Dak threw for like 379 yards, 2 touchdowns. It seems good, but it's always at the end when you're down 3 touchdowns. Like, the defense is softening up. You know, whenever they're up 3 touchdowns, they don't play the same defense. They let you kind of do what you do because they're really at the end just trying to waste time. You know what I'm saying? They let you catch in the middle of the field to keep the time going. So it looks good in statistics-wise, but he got a lot of improving to do too. CeeDee Lamb, I don't know. You know, CeeDee Lamb just got paid. I mean, he's a great receiver. I'm not doubting CeeDee Lamb. Like, we all know CeeDee Lamb's cold. But, like, the body language is not good. You know, he kind of went in on Dak a little bit, kind of went off on him. And Dak, you know, kind of looked at him. That's our 2 best players on offense. If your best 2 players are going at it, what do you think the other team's going to do when they see that? Coach don't really have no hold on the team. McCarthy just cooling. And Jerry Jones out there, God knows what he be talking about. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to go into that. But, like, he just ain't really all there. You feel me? As far as, you know, other than just selling the Cowboys as a whole, you know. So, got a lot of improving to do. It's only week 3, so you're not going to hit the panic button, like, and go crazy, you know. It's only 3, and you play 17, 18 games in this regular season now. So, you got a lot to correct, and they got to bounce back because they play Thursday against the Giants. So, they're about to play again. So, they got to definitely come back, play better. But it's typical Cowboys stuff that I'm seeing. Against the New Orleans Saints, they allowed them to rush for so many yards. Against the Baltimore Ravens, they allowed them to rush for so many yards. Are we seeing a trend here? Not only are we seeing a trend, it's at home. So we're doing this at home where we're supposed to be going to work at home. Imagine when we're not at home, teams are going to really kill us. And in these type of teams, they like to rush this type of offense where they go to the left stretch, to the right stretch, play action off of it, get open receivers. The Saints did it to us. Ravens did it to us. 49ers always do it to us when we play them. So it's kind of like a offense that, you know, it's tough for us to stop. Green Bay like to do the same thing, and that's all NFC teams. So how are we supposed to really manage? I don't think we got a lot of weapons, you know what I'm saying, as far as the Cowboys. I really don't. I think that, you know, we'll be on the same type of time that CeeDee's our best receiver, and our next one is probably Brandon Cooks. It's not enough, you know. It's not enough. Jake Ferguson, our tight end, is getting more work than pretty much anybody as far as receiver-wise. So, Cowboys, step it up, man. I mean, they got the Giants, so if they can't beat the Giants, then you know we're in trouble. But if we beat the Giants, our fan base going to act like everything is all good and we on the up and up when we really ain't. You got to correct a lot of these things, man, because it's the same things, you know. It's the same things. And not only that, they didn't add nobody because I already spoke about guys like Derrick Henry that should be on the Cowboys team. Then Jerry wants to say, we ain't got enough money. Jerry, bro, you loaded, bro, with bread. Stop playing, you know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Cowboys, keep it moving. Ravens get their first win of the season, move to 1-2. Cowboys are 1-2. Moving along, because, man, Cowboys, they be getting me heated, man. I could go probably like 5 hours talking about them dudes. But this is a podcast talking about NFL coverage, NBA, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to keep it moving. I might go bounce around from here to there. Just bear with me. But the next topic, I wanted to talk about the new quarterbacks that are starting that kind of been going to work. Malik Willis for Green Bay Packers. They won 30-14 against his old team, Tennessee. He rushed really good, like 70 yards and a touchdown. He threw really good. He threw for like 2-3 touchdowns. So Green Bay, after losing Jordan Love, they've been really looking good, and their defense looks like a better defense than usual. So you can't stick with Malik Willis. I don't think you stick with Malik Willis. I think when Jordan Love comes back, they done paid him 100 and something mil, so he's definitely their franchise QB. But Malik Willis definitely been holding it down. I feel like if I'm some of these sorry teams like that don't have, I don't want to say sorry. It's a little too early to say sorry, but teams that need a quarterback, like the Miami Dolphins, for example, who lost Tua, we don't know for how long. They lost their backup. He's out. And now you got weapons like Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Achan, and you could use a guy like Malik Willis. I don't think Green Bay is gonna trade him because they traded for him just this year. So you would have to give up like a real high pick, like second round pick to get Malik Willis since he's doing his thing. But my thing is like, why don't all these teams realize their backups are not good and their starters get hurt a lot? Tua's been getting hurt all his whole career, bro. So if you're a backup, definitely get. If you're a backup, like you need a backup, definitely go out there and look at a Malik Willis who was in an unfair situation in Tennessee and go get him. I think they gave up like a 6th, 7th round pick, Green Bay, to get him. That's nothing. Miami could definitely be using him. Now Miami fall to 1-2, take a L. Malik Willis, shout out to him. He been balling. Sam Darnold from Minnesota Vikings, they moved to 3-0. You feel me? They've been balling. I did not expect the Vikings to be doing what they're doing at 3-0. I did not expect it. They won 34-7 against a really good Houston Texans team, bro. So shit. He went 17 for 28 for 181 yards and 4 touchdowns. Sam Darnold, the guy that said he sees ghosts, damn. I ain't never thought he'd bounce back when he said he sees ghosts as defenders, because you don't never want to see no ghosts if you're some defender, you know what I'm saying, as a ghost. But, hey, he doing his thing, you feel me? Shout out to Sam Darnold, man. I mean, it also helps to have the best receiver in the NFL with Justin Jefferson, just grittying, you know what I'm saying, all over the, I love to watch Justin Jefferson. His route running is so precise. He's got the best hands, too. He's an amazing player. They got a lot of weapons now in Minnesota. He can spread the ball to a lot of people. I mean, going into the season, they were going to go with the Michigan rookie, and then he got hurt for the season. And now Sam Darnold is balling. I really think Kevin O'Connell, the coach, I really think he's a very, very good coach. In my opinion, he's really proven. They make it to the playoffs almost every time. If they don't make it to the playoffs with him, they're right there, even with a lot of injuries. So I definitely want to shout that coach out, just like I want to shout LaFleur for Green Bay, keeping them afloat and getting Malik Willis comfortable, because it's the coach's job to get these quarterbacks comfortable, and that's what they've been doing. So shout out to them. I mean, Sam Darnold, 3-0. Can he keep it up? Shit, he might. You know what I'm saying? He might. I mean, they got weapons, so they look like a playoff team. Definitely look like a playoff team. Andy Dalton for the Carolina Panthers. He threw for 3 touchdowns. I would never be talking about the Carolina Panthers. Trust me, bro. We do not like, here at Hoop and Sports Talk for Days, we do not like talking about losers, but they did get their first win of the season. So I got to give them props for that. Andy Dalton did his thing, man. 3 touchdowns, and they won. I mean, I never would have thought they would win, but shit, they won. And Bryce Young, their rookie quarterback who got benched, bro, just try to learn, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Andy Dalton's great, but he's a vet. Try to learn and see what you can do, because first 2 years, bro, you could not throw no touchdowns, and you're a top pick. You're a number 1 pick in the league last year. So it could all fall apart fast. Hopefully, Bryce Young could get his stripes back, bounce back, because I'm rooting for him. But the Red Rocket, or Red Rifle, Andy Dalton came in, threw 3 touchdowns. They get the dub. They get their first win of the season. So those are new quarterbacks in new situations. Malik Willis, Sam Darnold, and Andy Dalton. Do we got something cooking, or am I a little bit too early on the gas and I should just chill, hit the brakes on these dudes because it's still early? And in the NFL, once the defenses figure you out, they tend to fall off. But you got to give the Vikings especially a lot of props. They're 3-0, and they got a real solid defense and best receiver in the NFL. Really good coach. They're going to be in the mix. And I don't think the Carolina will be special. They're gonna lose a lot. But, hey, Andy Dalton did his thing. And Malik Willis, Green Bay, they're going to be a really good team. They're going to make it to the playoffs with him. Probably Jordan Love if he could stay healthy. But at least now they know if Jordan Love gets hurt again, they got a really good backup. Moving along to the Eagles versus the Saints. Eagles and Saints, it was kind of a boring game. I was watching the game, you feel me? And here when I do talk about these type of things, I do watch these games, you feel me? This is not a freestyle that I don't know what I'm watching. So Eagles and the Saints, Eagles won 18-15. Um, it was a very like boring game at first. Jalen Hurts couldn't connect with anybody. And then, they had a couple of chances to kick field goals when it was 3-0 to tie the game at 3 against New Orleans. They decided to go for it and didn't get no points out of it. They did not get it every time. Everybody wants the Eagles Sirianni to get fired already, especially if they lost, but they won. Jalen Hurts was able to connect with Dallas Goedert. He had like 160 yards receiving, 100 and something. That's crazy. That's a career high for him. A lot of receptions, and he was definitely doing his thing. So Jalen Hurts did okay. I mean, but the main thing with the Eagles on offense has been Saquon Barkley, the running back. They got him from the Giants. Giants they got their first win, but I'm not fixing to talk about them. They got Malik Neighbors. Shout out to him. I like him, but they gave up Saquon for a bag of chips, and now Saquon's running for 100+ yards every week. Touchdowns left and right. Made up for the drop pass last week. Scored the game-winning touchdown. They win 18-15. And the Eagles still, Sirianni, A.J. Brown's hurt, and then Devontae Smith is hurt now because he got a concussion and got hit very bad. So, I don't know. The Eagles, can they hold up? They don't look as good as I thought they would. I know they got some injuries, but I thought the Eagles were going to be better. Then again, it's still early, so let's see how the Eagles do in the future. But definitely, Nick Sirianni, the Eagles are on your ass, and they definitely want you fired, my guy. Keep coaching, but you got to make the right reads, right adjustments, right, decisions when you got a chance to kick a field goal. I don't really know too much. They got an offense coordinator, Kellen Moore, and a defensive coordinator, so he's just kind of out there managing them. But I see that him and Jalen Hurts, they don't really have chemistry. Jalen Hurts don't look at him like a real coach. He look at him like whatever you say, bro. And for me, that kind of seems like a problem. So I don't know how long Sirianni is going to last. I don't. And Hurts, he got to step it up. He ain't been playing like when he was runner-up MVP a couple years back and led them to the Super Bowl. So we'll see what the Eagles do. Saints, they were undefeated. They lost, so they're 2-1. Derek Carr showed Derek Carr type of shit. He was fucking up in clutch time. It's typical Derek Carr. That's why I don't have y'all as a real contender to Saints, because Derek Carr, he always shows his stripes. You feel me? Always does good in the beginning, and then when you need him to make a play in the fourth quarter, he tends to mess it up. So I don't know. Moving along, Saints, I don't know. Y'all might be a playoff team because y'all got a really good defense, and y'all got Alvin Kamara. You still got Chris Olave. He's a beast. Got a lot of weapons with the Saints, but it seems like the main weapon y'all need at quarterback reverts to the old type of stuff he used to do with the Las Vegas Raiders. New York Jets, they play Thursday before all these games. I hope they keep winning. Aaron Rodgers doing his thing, balling out. Let's keep it going. A-Rod, keep him healthy, keep it moving. They got really good running backs with Breece Hall and the young buck number 20, I think Allen, who's been running the rock, the rookie. And, they still got Lazard. They got Garrett Wilson. They got a pretty good defense with Sauce Gardner and all them. They've been picking it up. So we'll see if they can keep it going. Justin Fields and the Steelers, they won 20-10 against the LA Chargers. I like what Fields is doing. I like what Justin Fields is doing. I always thought he was pretty good, but in Chicago, we can't tell if you're good because this franchise is putrid. Chicago Bears, all my Chicago Bears fans, let me know what's up, bro. Y'all, every time y'all have a decent chance, y'all lose games. And now we see in Justin Fields throw for 245 yards, a touchdown, and an INT, but making really good decisions, being a pretty good Chargers team. Justin Fields, easy decision. Keep starting him over Russell Wilson. Keep Russell Wilson cooling with Sierra. Let them just do what they do, keep making babies, and keep getting his bread. But we don't need to see Russell Wilson because Russell Wilson, with all due respect, he just big-time game managing these days. Justin Fields could escape, make plays out of the pocket, create for himself and his teammates. Mike Tomlin likes that as the head coach, and they got one of the best defenses, if not the best defense in the NFL, Pittsburgh Steelers, with T.J. Watt creating havoc all time at defense, along with some of them other studs they got on D. So they move along and been really winning. You know, they're doing good. Shout out to Pittsburgh. Shout out to Justin Fields. I talked about, you know, some of the rookie QB like Caleb Williams. He not really, I don't know, you know, he doing all right, but it's a rookie season, so you're going to see a lot of mistakes. Is he good? I still think he's good. A lot of people are saying, oh, they shouldn't have drafted him. He's all hype, but you got to give a rookie a chance to develop a little bit, man. It's only 3 games in, and he's not playing at USC no more. This is not college, you feel me? So definitely let him, you know, see what – I don't think the Bears are going to make – I don't think they're going to make a real noise. But I did expect them to win some games. Right now they're 1-2, and the way they won their first game was a miracle. Tennessee gifted them the game, Will Levis. So I don't know, Chicago, holla at me, man. Y'all seem like y'all really need some help over there. Anthony Richardson for the Colts. He made some good reads, but still not like as productive as I thought he would be. They did win their first game, moving to 1-2. We'll see if, you know, they can build off of that. But I really thought he was going to be a little bit better, Anthony Richardson. And Caleb Williams, I thought he was going to come out kind of blazing, kind of like C.J. Stroud did last year for Houston. But he ain't been doing that. So NFL, you know, they'll humble you real fast. So that's quick hitters, man. Quick hitters in the NFL. Last game that I'm going to talk about in the NFL, Kansas City versus Atlanta. Kansas City won 22-17. Mahomes hasn't really been doing Mahomes-like stuff, but they are 3-0, so you can't really nitpick a team that's 3-0, you feel me? But they got a really good defense. That's what's changed with the Chiefs with last year. They were really good on defense, and this year, again, they seem to be really good on defense. They got McDuffie, Chris Jones, really good defensive line, safeties, corners, and then, obviously, offense. You got to deal with Mahomes. You got to deal – what's my guy's name? Pacheco. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. They're running back. That's a long time. But once they get him back, if they get him back, they'll definitely be even tougher to beat. They got Juju Smith. He scored a touchdown. He's straight. Rashee Rice from, SMU. He's having a great season so far. Another 100-plus yard game. And then they still got Travis Kelce, kind of been like a decoy, kind of been like hiding behind the Swifties right now, you feel me? But I feel like in the future, he's a veteran presence that they could definitely get going more. And they still got Xavier Worthy, their rookie from Texas, who they really haven't even used too much, and he's a speedster. So they're definitely going to be a team to deal with. But I do got to say, they've been kind of getting away with some BS like at the end of games. I felt like that was a pass interference at the end of the game on Kyle Pitts, the tight end from Atlanta Falcons, and they did not call that. So, last week it was against the Bengals where they got gifted a pass interference to kick a field goal and win. So they've been kind of getting away. Is Taylor Swift, what is going on over there? Are they really paying the refs or some shit? Because this seems real fishy over there in Kansas City. They're a good team, but damn, they definitely should have an L on their resume, but maybe I just sound like a hater. I don't know. Y'all got to tell me what y'all think about that. You feel me? But they did win. Atlanta lost. They had chances. I don't think their running game has been that good. They're still going to be a decent team, but their running game with Bijan Robinson, man, I got you in fantasy, fam. You ain't been doing nothing. I thought you was going to be doing a lot better than you've been doing, but you really ain't been. You ain't been doing what I thought. So step it up, ATL. Kirko Cousins, my guy, they beat Philly in a nail-biter last week, but they didn't get away with it against Mahomes this week. It was a pretty entertaining game, but we'll see. A lot of early things going on in the NFL. You could make opinions, but we still don't exactly know what's going to happen. 49ers lost, and they missing out on a lot of players. Debo, Christian McCaffrey, Ayuk, shit. They got a lot of players out. But they did. L.A. Rams got their first win of the season. Stafford came through, and he balled out. So shout out to Stafford, and shout out to them for winning. I think once the 49ers get healthy, though, again, which George Kittle was out. Sorry, I don't think it was Ayuk. My bad. It was George Kittle. Um, so once they get going again and getting their players back, I think 49ers will be all right. I don't think you should panic if you're the 49ers. They got a really good coach and a really good team. Brock Purdy hasn't been trash. He's been solid. So once they get it together, they'll be all right. That's the NFL, man. Let me know, you know what I'm saying, what y'all think I should talk about as far as the NFL. It's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of injuries. That's what happens in football. Oh, I will say I hate the new kickoff rule. I don't give a damn for that shit. Look like I'm playing Madden 1993. The way they kick the ball off and then go hit you after you touch the ball. Like, it seemed real recreational flag footballish. And if that's what y'all want to turn the game into, NFL, go ahead. Y'all already taking everybody's bread anyways. Might as well keep adding on to it. But that's another topic for another day of, they got to get their money. But I just don't really like that. And I don't like the fact all the damn games are on these different networks. I sound like an old man right now, but damn, I got to watch it on Amazon, then I got to watch it on Peacock, then I got to watch it on another network. It's like, damn, I don't even know where to watch some of these games, bro. Shit. They got to keep making their bread, respect, but NFL, come on, man. You still got some 50, 60-year-olds that like to watch y'all that don't know how to do all that shit yet. I know. Get with it. Get with the times. We're in 2024. But I'm just saying, that's my opinion. It's my podcast. I get to say what I want to on here. You feel me? But yeah, NFL's been entertaining, man. It's been entertaining. We're going to see what's up. We still need players to get going like Lamar, get back into MVP form. That's my guy. CJ Stroud been kind of struggling. He ain't really been going crazy like that. He ain't struggling, but he just ain't, they're all right. And, yeah, I mean, we're going to have to see what happens in the NFL as the games move along and they play tougher opponents. In the WNBA, we got Caitlin Clark. They lost yesterday to the Connecticut Sun. So the Indiana Fever, they got smacked by the Connecticut Sun. And they're down 1-0. It's the best of three. So if they lose their next game, they go home. Regardless, it's been a stellar season for Caitlin Clark. She struggled yesterday. She went 4 for 17 from the field, but still, what a stellar, season she's had. And definitely, I don't know. I hope they can win their next game, but it seems like they're outmatched. And then I think it's going to come down to Las Vegas Aces with Aja Wilson and a New York Liberty again in a rematch with Breanna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu for the championship again. I know Minnesota Lynx have been good. I know Connecticut Sun are decent. Seattle Storm are solid. You know what I'm saying? But I still feel like the meat and bones of the WNBA is still Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty going to a rematch and a showdown. And I think New York Liberty get them this year. That's my opinion as the WNBA playoffs just started. I think Sabrina's on a mission, even though Aja Wilson is the best player in the WNBA. Shout out to Aja Wilson. Yeah, we wrapping it up. You know what I'm saying? We just going down the timeline of entertainment of the sports. Basketball, NBA, we haven't, you know what I'm saying? We haven't gotten there yet. We had a lot of, since this is season 2 and I haven't spoke too much about NBA yet, we had a lot of stuff happen, in the offseason that I didn't talk about. That's kind of old news, but still I haven't talked about it. Like Klay Thompson going to the Mavs, Paul George going to Philly. I mean, so much happened. And we'll see. The Mavs loaded up, you know what I'm saying? Loaded back up, look like a team that can make it to the finals again if they stay healthy. And then Embiid got his contract, 3-year, 192 M's. Damn, man. And they got Paul George. They still got Tyrese Maxey. Philly, man, it's now or never. I don't want to hear no excuses, Philadelphia 76ers. Embiid, we don't want to hear that your stomach hurt. You got the flu. You came down with a cold. You came down with the worst headache ever. As soon as the fucking game starts in the playoffs, my G, you got to be dropping 30, 40, 50 points a game and leading your team to an NBA Finals appearance because the city of Philadelphia have been craving and dying for that. I don't give a damn that you keep getting this money. Shout out to you. It's the NBA. They going to get paid. You're going to get paid. You're one of the top players in the league. But we need to see production when it counts. We've seen production from Steph Curry when it counts. We've seen production from Kevin Durant when it counts. We've seen, of course, production from Braun when it counts. But even Tatum and Brown won for the Celtics. Luka, even though they lost, he's still bringing them to the finals. Embiid, bro, I don't ever see you guys make it nowhere past the second round every year. Now you got Paul George, a guy who I like his game, but also hasn't been accustomed to winning in his career. As far as when I say winning, I'm talking about past the first, second round. You guys are going to be like, oh, but they did win. They've been making the playoffs. Yeah, that's what losers say. They're supposed to make the playoffs. We're talking about leading a team to the NBA Finals. And that's the type of shit we have not seen from Joel Embiid. That's the type of shit that Paul George and Kawhi Leonard couldn't do. Now these two are paired up together, Paul George and Embiid, and we need to see this happen, bro. So if it don't happen, then I don't know if y'all guys are ever going to win because nobody's getting younger except the NBA players are getting younger, like the talent level. So I'll be looking out to see what's up with Philly. They're about to start in October, into October, the new season. The Warriors Golden State look like they haven't done anything. I feel like them and the Lakers are in the same position. Two Hall of Fame players that are legends in Steph Curry and Braun, with two of their teams going in the same direction, which seems to be in the gutter. And that's not good because the Lakers are my squad, but I got to keep it 100. We don't look good. So, I don't know, Lakers. We haven't added nobody, bro. Y'all want to go J.J. Redick and Bronny James. Shout out to Bronny, but, we got a lot of work to do. Maybe Lakers could pick up a piece here, a piece there, and can improve the team. I know that a lot of teams don't like to trade with the Lakers because they feel like the rich get richer, but damn, Lakers ain't been rich. They've been broke as far as actually winning games. We haven't really been barely making the play-in. So help a brother out and give us somebody like Trae Young. You know what I'm saying? But, shit. Steph, they're not – I don't know. I think the teams that you should watch out for in the West are going to be teams like Minnesota with Anthony Edwards. I don't know if they're going to make it to a championship, but Ant-Man's going to get better. The Memphis Grizzlies get Ja Morant back, one of the best players to watch in the NBA. I'll be watching that. And then in the East, you still got like Shea Alexander for Oklahoma City. They're going to be solid as hell. But, it's always some new teams that step up and some new young rookies or, couple young players that help their team get to where they need to. And in the East, like I said, I mentioned Philly. We'll see what Milwaukee do with Dame and Giannis. Dame and Giannis, that's Milwaukee. Then Philly. Then you got, who else do we got in the East that's supposed to be decent, man? You got I don't know, man. The East is always just, always the same shit. We'll see. Indiana Pacers might do something. They got Halliburton. You know what I'm saying? Toronto, they ain't good, really. They got the same shit going on. So we just got to see. We got to see what happens in the East. We got to see what happens in the West. But right now, it's too early to call it. I'm really looking for the top two. Oh, of course, Boston. My bad. I had a little brain freeze. Of course, the Celtics, the fucking defending champs. They're going to be hell to deal with in the East with Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and they signed all their players back. So they're going to be definitely tough. My bad on that one. And we'll see what happens in the NBA. I think once, we get down to the games and I can analyze the games a little bit better. But right now we're still in kind of training camp mode. So just closing it out. We talked about football, you know what I'm saying? Oh, baseball playoffs about to start. I hope it's going to be like the Dodgers and the Yankees, man. That's kind of what I want to see. I'm in it for entertainment in baseball. The Rangers are out. We didn't make it this year. We won last year. We didn't make it this year. So, shit, I'll just be watching. Ohtani, the Asian sensation, that boy been balling, dog. Straight up 50-plus home runs, 50-plus stolen bases, MVP. And then you got the MVP in the AL, which is going to be Aaron Judge from the New York Yankees. So I would love to see a head-to-head matchup between the Dodgers and the Yankees. as a casual, because I'm definitely a casual when it comes to baseball. I just watch a little here, watch a little there, because it's cool when the playoffs start, but I'm not like a huge baseball guy. So closing it out, we talked about the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Dak, same shit. Cowboys, new quarterbacks, Darnold, Willis, Dalton. You know what I'm saying? Barkley for the Eagles, great addition. Aaron Rodgers, keep balling. And a lot of the quarterback situations seem tough in Miami. They might need to find a trade, go get somebody that could play quarterback because they do have a lot of weapons. Steelers have been doing their thing. And then WNBA, I already told y'all, Vegas Aces and New York Liberty in a rematch. That's just my opinion. Minnesota Lynx have been balling WNBA. I think her name is Nafisa Collier. She's been playing amazing. I've been watching. But I still think it's going to be the two teams that played last year in a head-to-head rematch of the finals. So, yeah, man, you see the background. Hoopin' Sports Talk for days. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, do whatever you got to do. The YouTube name is right there. If you search Mr. O. Ismail, you'll find my name, my podcast. You could, easily see all the videos that I've been doing, all the pods I've been doing, and stay up to date and current. Like I said, I definitely want to get a guest. That's going to be probably in the next show in the future. I plan to be doing more shows here and make it more, realistic, real deal. We ain't playing no games. 2024, we're trying to step it up. So, yeah, man, it's been another episode of Hoopin' Sports Talk for days. I go by the name of Omar. I also go by the name of O Izzy. So just call me O Izzy, and I'm out. Peace.